has been honored by presidents. There is this beautiful mural at Logan with his image and accomplishments. And this Black History Month, we honor Brigadier General Enoch Woodhouse, who was one of the last living members of the Tuskegee Airmen. He grew up in Roxbury, went to Yale, and has been a passionate advocate for justice and equality.
And, oh, by the way, did we mention he just turned 99? New at 6 tonight. Our Maria Stefano sat down with him. Take a look.
To sit in this room with this man is an honor and an education, and that moment isn't lost on either one of us. General Woodhouse?
Yes.
You're a legend.
Thank you.
Do you agree with me?
Yes and no. I'm a legend all over the world, except in my house when I get home with my beloved wife.
This is how we're going to start?
Yeah, we're going to start with the truth.
Brigadier General Enoch Woodhouse. Each chapter of his life has been filled with adventure, education, barriers, racism, and a lot of love.
Things that have happened to me, you won't believe. I can't believe it. I've survived. I'm still here.
Woody was born and raised in Roxbury, went to Boston English, joined the ROTC, and that's when his parents signed his enlistment papers on his 17th birthday to serve in World War II. 1944, he went to Texas to join the Army Specialized Training Reserve Program. He was too young to serve in combat, so he was sent to finance school and became a finance officer for the Tuskegee Airmen, the nation's first black military pilots who played a pivotal role in World War II.
We were bound by necessity, segregation, but I just call it separation. And when anyone says, well, Woody, how does it feel to be with all black people? I said, you know, that was the best experience of my life. Now, our military thinking at that time was blacks or Negroes, we were docile, we were not trustworthy, and could not be entrusted in actual combat. So as a result, every function that was had was housekeeping.
And it wasn't exactly easy. Take his drill instructor.
He was in our face. The N-word was used. You didn't like it, but what could you do about it? Just suck it up and keep moving.
That's the Woody way. His journey of inspiration wound its way to Yale, where he earned a degree, and life lessons continued. Nobody wanted to be Woody's roommate.
I didn't get angry. I didn't say, I'm going to leave Yale. Whenever there's an adversity that I've had, or anybody, there's always one person to step up and do the right thing.
So are you saying to all of us, be that one person?
That's wonderful. I couldn't have said that better than myself. When you're that one person, that will probably or hopefully inspire another person to be that one person.
Woody went on to become a lawyer, and he's been that one person for so many.
And that's been the miracle of my life.
A life well lived and lessons for us all.
Forwards. Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
A true honor to meet the Brigadier General. He lived such an interesting life with incredible stories over his 99 years. And one more. One of his clients included Celtics great Bill Russell and many other black athletes who sought him out because they knew he traveled and had a good reputation. Woody was that one person who always stood up for them. I'm Maria Stefanos.